Hello lurkers, and hello you archaeologists. Welcome to the proximity. I'm about to begin. An Eyes of Ara adventure. This is a part of... No, that's my One Piece t-shirt. Series 2 is coming out soon with the live action. This is a part of what I call my muddle and mystery adventure. I'm streaming on the internet. There's going to be put on the YouTubes afterwards. Now I know that says Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. The idea was, I'd stream a game and then I'd stream another game, do them in order. But with the muddle and mystery, I was like oscillating between sort of an old school point and click and this sort of modern Myst-like or sort of puzzle box style puzzles that are in 3D. I haven't actually finished Gabriel Knight yet. I've spent like 10 hours and I'm in day 2. I don't know if it's like 10 hours, might be like 8, but since I've decided to take a break. I don't do that very often. I usually try and finish it, but like it's taken a while and I wanted to play Eyes of Ara. Now, my second caveat is that it's 11 o'clock at night. Now, I tend to stay up quite late. I just can't really help but do that. But I'm a bit tired. Hopefully that's not an issue at the start of a game, like with a Sokoban or a another style of puzzle game. It's terrible, like first impression to like start a stream and just be immediately crap at it. But sometimes I want to start a new game, and sometimes it's at an awkward time. We'll see. I affirm nothing, content myself with believing that many more things are possible than one would think. Micromegas, Magus, Chapter 7. On a boat? I don't know who Ara is. 100 Stones Interactive presents. If we have a camera, I don't think I can control it. So, a game by Ben Drost. Before this, I'll have to open up my Steam to check. Before this, I played some other games, which I think are the same genre. Guys, we have a big ass castle. Nice framing there, very good. Two of them, in fact. Quern was one of them. When I finished Quern, I looked up some stuff on the Reddit, and people recommended it, like, well, maybe you'd like Eyes of Ara and another game. And the other game's name has escaped me. Might be able to check right now. Give me a second. I can. I just have to scroll down and look at the list of games that I played recently. And hope that Haven Moon. There we go. So before this I completed Haven Moon and I completed Quern, which I enjoyed. I'll have more thoughts on them later. So we can use our left mouse button to turn, or otherwise I can control. It's like I've got a suitcase with a bunch of stuff. Some keys. Photograph. 1 of 1. Can zoom out if I want. I don't want to zoom out. I want to... From Jackson Sheehy. I can zoom in if I want. Let's do that. Thursday, 5th of January 2017 at 2:45 PM. Contact Blue Luminous telecommunications.com regarding technician required for remote job. Urgent. Thanks again for taking this job. You wouldn't believe how difficult it's been to find a technician willing to take this on. Like I told you on the phone, the signal began broadcasting a few weeks back, and since then it's been disrupting everything within 100 km radius. kilometers, presumably. TV, radio, even local Wi-Fi networks. We need someone to go inside, find the source of the broadcaster, and shut it down. Thing is, the castle is supposed to be abandoned ever since the old nut who lived there went missing years ago. So I don't know what's broadcasting the signal, and none of my local contractors are willing to go in and find out. No doubt the locals will fill you in on some of the more unsettling rumours about the place. I'd say that you shouldn't listen to the old ghost stories like that, but then I lived here long enough to have heard them all, and I can't say I'm willing to go in either. Well, good luck. Payment for the job will be made on your return. Jackson Managing Director, he Contracting. I wouldn't call it that, but it feels like it's hard to say. Maybe I'm just bad at saying that word. The P.S. The sooner the signal is shut down, the better. If I have to listen to one more complaint about somebody unable to log into Friendbook. Okay, I'm done with that. I don't want to do that anymore. So yes, a few years back, some personal history. I grew up. My brother. I'm 40, by the way. My older brother had played Myst. And I would have been like 10 or 12 at the time. So Myst was kind of beyond me. I watched him play Myst. And when I started streaming, I've been recording my footage of gameplay and putting it on the internet for like at least a decade. But around the pandemic, I started streaming. And that was around the time I thought, you know what? Let's go for all the Myst games. I think I might have tried Myst 1 a few times. And so I played through Myst. Myst 2. Myst 3. Myst 4, I think? I think I did Myst 4. So my favourite is Myst 3. I really like, I think it has the best story. I like the guy from Chucky's in it. It has some fucking hilarious scenes of him in. It's about my level. Riven was just too difficult for me, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the thing about these games is, especially with Riven, is that you're supposed to live in the world. You come back every day, you have a look, you try, you fail, maybe next time. We'll just soak it all in. And that's not really conducive to interesting streaming footage. But none of the other games are that hard. 3 was the right level. 4 was okay, but they kind of... It was like replacing a Hollywood actor that's pretty good with a little girl that's a bit crap. And like, it's fine for a game, but like... It's there's the comparison with the previous game, and then of course now I've branched out. There's lots of inspirations to those those games have inspired a generation of games. Also, that company has made more games. I played their VR game. Is there anything else in here? Any other tools? No. Okay. Now, I don't like that, having to do that. That's bad. I'll just do this. I like the reversion to the go over here. What's this? Oh, you can just poke shit. I was like, oh, I found a thing to poke. Yeah, if you go into the menu, which is here, there's adaptive hotspot cursor. You can turn that off. I checked on. It seemed like you should do that. And some chimes. What's this? Picked up a photograph. 1 of 1. For the area? Or was this just like one thing I picked up right at the start of the game? 5 coins. We have ourselves some keys. Keys to the back gate. So, Quern was interesting because it wasn't just satisfied to be a 3D Myst. It let you pick up stuff. So it was more of a kind of traditional point and click in that sense. For better and for worse, and sometimes it works really well, other times less so. But I will say, Quern had a bit of a rubbish storyline. It was trying to provide like It wasn't that it was a bad storyline, it was that it was presented in a poor way, where it was like trying to present two sides of an argument, and one of the sides was just blatantly portrayed as evil, and the other as a sort of hippy dippy ish goodies, and like, and then you get a choice of which one you want to pick, and it's like you've made no effort into making this a sort of balance, and it's not interesting because of that. The other one I mentioned, which name eludes me now. It might still be there. I'd have to check. The other game that I played, not Quern, after Quern. Surely we're on the right section. I'm scrolling through my games. Haven Moon had a much smaller scope, but it was very difficult in the beginning. It's very much impenetrable right at the very start. It has those letters. It's kind of dry in terms of storyline. It's very much a game that wants you to like understand its world by just being in it for enough. But because it's quite small, as opposed to a Riven, it works out. We'll see how this compares. But I wanted to talk about the other games I'd sort of played recently. I'm sure there's more. No trespassing. This has an inventory. Litter, pick it back up. So the most interesting thing so far is that it's back to nodes. This place is not empty. Alyssa can keep her money. I'm getting out of here. Now, for this particular genre, we have ourselves a book. Put that down. I would like a system of in-game screenshots. My favourite thing about Quern was that there was a little book you could fill out. A little tutorial. We have half a cog, a cog, an og. I figured that out already, game. The Og. There we go. We've combined it. Tutorial section done. So, I will say that Myst-like does commit a cardinal sin. No, it's not a cardinal sin, but it does commit a sin, which is every single game, puzzle in the game, requires you to click, apart from one that requires you to click and hold. Fucking the dig does that as well. But but yes, that's really annoying. I was streaming that and I had like 10 viewers, which is quite a lot from me, and not a one of them was just like, mate, just hold it down. You've already solved the puzzle. I solved the puzzle. I knew what to do. I just like, well, it wasn't working. I've got to do something else. I was like, you can just tell me. You can just tell me if that's the thing I'm missing. That's not the puzzle element. Michael, your mission, should you choose to accept it and not horse out, is to spend a single night inside the old castle. Joel and Jeremy have done it. Now it's your turn to brave the wrath of the castle's spirits. Beware the faceless ghost of Baron Contington, who ate his rifle to chase the demons out of his head. If you hear the rasping cackle, it's probably just the embodied laughter of Crazy Catherine and her ghostly minions. If you see a ghost of an old man Sterling, run away before he locks you away with the corpses of his niece and nephew. Have fun. See you in the morning, Alyssa. P.S. Mwahahaha. Made it to the door, but I can't get inside. Trying to sleep out here, but it's cold and damp, and I can hear noises from inside. Rats probably. Doesn't make it any better. Fuck sleeping outside. Just go home. What, and he couldn't figure out to turn that? Well, he didn't know he was in a misskip. So that... Is that necessary? I'm assuming that's the thing I can turn off. That's very aggressive. I very much enjoyed a series called Golden Idol, Rise of the Golden Idol, and Curse of the Golden Idol. And I turn the nodes off, get stuck half an hour into each level, and then turn them back on. So we might do something like that. Let's turn that off if that's what that does. No, that's not what that does. Okay, fair enough. Oh, it changes its shape. Whatever. I will say, it reminds me, because the other game that does the node system is the Cube. Is it called the Cube? What the fuck's it called? Look at your Steam, John. There's two, because now there's a second company that made games inspired by them, who are called Leonardo da Vinci. Those games, the Da Vinci games, whatever the fuck. Let me check. Doop 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 boop. Scrolling down, looking through the list of my games that I own. It would be before Haven Moon, because I don't play more than one of those types of games at the same time, if I can help it. The House of Da Vinci, that's the one. And the House of Tesla. So, but like before that, there's another game that I'm thinking of that has the nodes. The Room. They're just called The Room, aren't they? Okay, it's the MIA generator. Let's take a picture of that. Yeah, I'd really like to be able to take pictures. You know what? Maybe just memorize it. There we go. I should just use the in-game system so you can see as well. Lovely. Do I get to change? Some coins. Two, 1, 1. Well, there's clearly something missing. But I'll, just in case. Okay, it might not be plugged in. Now, to be fair, I've not really read the manual properly. It's quite dark as well. For access hatch C. IV. Primary power outlets. I can't even go back right now. Okay, there we go. Okay, I could do with a little bit more light if I can change that. Hmm. Two, one, one. Okay, let's make sure I have them all the same. Get ourselves some coins. Give ourselves a thingy. So one goes diagonally, two goes to the top. So one goes to one, two goes to two, three goes to three. Lovely.